it seems that we had a little bit of technical issues. People are coming back right now, and we're going to listen to our executive director. Okay, I think we're back now. Connor, I'm going to promote you as a panelist. Okay,
hello
you're back.
again, everybody. I got kicked off. I hope it wasn't something that I said. Daphne, just a technical point. I don't have the PowerPoint, so will you be running the PowerPoint?
Yes, I can.
Okay,
do that.
great.
So
All right.
I'm going to share my screen so that you can access it.
Great. Okay. Once again, hello, everybody. It's great to see so many people here. It's too bad it's been too long since we've been able to get together in person, but it's great to see people's names, old friends, and some new friends. So welcome to everybody. It's very exciting what we're doing today, celebrating $100,000 in total Core contributions that we have. The milestone that we reached just last month at the end of last month. So and it's really thanks to the support of many of the people who are on who are on this call that we reached that. It's really easy to for me to say that there is no way that we would have reached this milestone without the support of the people on the call. It's absolutely impossible to imagine. So I hope that everybody can share in this celebration as an essential part of this achievement, because that's really what you are. Okay, so just going to talk very briefly about the history of Corem, which I've done this a couple times, so apologize if this is a repetition for anybody. When we first started helping students go to enroll in university, and for the first couple of years they were at university, we often got the question, but when we tell people that we were sponsoring students, they would say, but are there jobs for these for students when they graduate? And I always thought that was a funny question, because these were top students that they wanted to go to university. They were clearly qualified to go to university. And they wanted to continue their education and to master a subject or a series of subjects. And for me, whether or not there were guaranteed jobs at the end of it, that wasn't really, I didn't really think too much about it. These are kids who should be in school. They wanted to be in school, so let's put them in school. And then very interesting what happened immediately after the first graduate, Woodley Joseph. He got immediately after he graduated with an accounting degree, he got a job at a local NGO, an internship, a 3-month internship, and he performed very well. And the head of the accounting department said, "We have to keep this guy. We're going to offer him a full-time job." and his starting salary was $9,000 a year, about $800 a month. And $9,000 a year. The GDP per capita in Haiti is $750 a year. So this is many multiples, and this was a long time ago. And so it was at that moment we started to realize not only are there jobs there, but the labor market is desperate for qualified, educated people, and that they will pay absolute top dollar by Haitian standards for that. And then you would tell people this and they'd say, oh, well, that's just one student. What about the other students? How many students do you have? Are there jobs for all of them? And sure enough, every single one that came out pretty much had a similar story. And so what we saw was that, as I said, the labor market was desperate. And when we saw these salaries that were coming out, and the story I told the other day is that Woodley came to me after 2 years, and he said, I'm going to drop out of school because I got offered a job at a local hardware store, and it's paying about $100 a month. And so we organized. We said, I don't think that's a good idea. You've been in school for 2 years. If you can make it 2 years, you can make it another 2 years. And what one of the things he had told me was, I haven't been able to buy a single book in the 2 years that I've been in school. So that's, and so I don't think I can continue. Anyway, we paid, so we supported him for the last 2 years, graduated, got an internship, got the job, $9,000 a year. All these other students started coming out, very similar stories. Labor market swallowed them up. They're in high demand. And so then we started to think about ways that we could recycle some of the great wealth that we saw that this program was creating. And so it took us a while to get around that, to doing that. But in the late 2000s, we came up with this idea of the income-based contribution plan, and then we had some great assistance from the IDB. Worked on this for over a year, and we were finally able to start implementing it in 2011. The first contributions were we received in so the incoming class of 2011 was the first class to sign the Corem contract, and then we got our first contributions in 2015, which I will get to in a while. The current slide shows the obviously the goods and services that help offers, and also the kind of the remarkable statistics for help graduates as opposed to the national averages. And those numbers really speak for themselves. I don't need to go over them. We have, I believe we have I think we have over 200 graduates at this point in time. And again, the average annual income close to $10,000. So again, that's it's really extraordinary. So Daphne, you can go ahead. Yeah, so this is a great photo. This is the very first check that we received in June of 2015. This is Ginelle d'Orléans. $150 is our very first Corem contribution. And it's funny, because we started in 2011, and then it took until 2015 for us to get that the first $150. So, and we also had we didn't know what to call it, because it's something that's it's new. It's not a repayment of a scholarship. It's really a contribution, but the contribution is based on income, and there's no set amount that anybody has to pay. So we had a competition at Help to see, what are we going to call this? And one of the students came up with this name, Corem, which is an acronym. And for those of you who don't speak Creole, Corem, Core is to support, and Corem means support me. And there's a phrase in Creole that says "Corem map coreo," and that means, I guess, support me and I will support you. So, and the Corem acronym stands for Contribution régulière pour éducation multipliée, which means regular contributions for the multiplication of education. And it's just, I think it's, I don't remember the name of the student who came up with it, but I think it's absolutely brilliant, and it explains everything that Corem is about, in all of its facets. So we should find out. I should find out who that is and give them credit. It's terrific. In any case, so we had so now we've had a couple different iterations. Obviously, it has changed over time, and we recently made a significant reform to the program, whereby now graduates are contributing 10% of their income for the first 8 years that they're on the labor market to support current and future students. So we can go to the next slide. Yeah, so from 0 to 100, usually talk about that in for cars and acceleration. Obviously, you have that first $150 in June of 2015, and we saw that great photo. It took us 3.5 years to hit the $50,000 mark, and it took us exactly 2 years to hit the second $50,000 mark. I mean, obviously, in a country where the GDP per capita is in the $600, $700, $800 range, $100,000 is an enormous amount of money. It's an enormous amount of money. We're currently getting about $25,000 a year, a little over $2,000 a month in contributions. It's a significant income for an organization of our size. And we have 2 help students who are currently, as of this year, who are being sponsored solely through Corem contributions, and this is really this is the essence of Corem for me. Corem takes, we say we go from beneficiary to benefactor. So in 5 years, or in 4 or 5 years, you enter the program, you are entirely dependent on other people for your support. And 4 or 5 years later, you become one of those very supporters for someone else who was in the exact same situation that you were in just 4 or 5 years ago. So a radical transformation from beneficiary to benefactor, with real, tangible, concrete results of 2 students who otherwise would not be able to go to university just because of the contributions of the alumni. So I'm happy to answer any questions. Again, I want everybody here to understand that absolutely none of this happens without your support. 100% of these fantastic results are achievable only and solely through support from you and people like you. So an enormous thank you to you for making all of these great things happen.
All right. Thank you very much, Connor, for providing more details about the history of Corem, and also for helping us to see with real numbers how this program, this innovative program, has evolved along a long time. So thank you very much for sharing that. If you guys have questions for Connor or for any of the other participants that will be participating in the program, please use the Q&A box so that we can answer your questions at the end. You can also use the chat just to interact, to provide feedback, and to just tell us how you feel. Just tell us how you feel as you are listening to any speaker of this program, and particularly the part that we are going to do now, where you're going to be able to listen to real contributors to this program. So it was a great pleasure to have you, Connor. I'm going to place you back as an attendee now, so that I can welcome Peterson. Peterson and Diana. Peterson is the current IT coordinator at HELP and is also a Coremist. That's how we call them. So it's Corem, and we call everyone who's contributing to Corem a Coremist. So we will be able to listen to Peterson, and we're also going to listen to Diana, who's also a graduate from the program. And Diana is currently working for Focal. You guys are familiar with this organization in Haiti, Focal. And you're going to listen back to back to Peterson for 5 minutes, and after to Diana for 5 minutes. Welcome, guys.
Thank you, Daphne, and thank you everyone for attending this awesome webinar. I think it's a great opportunity for me today to participate in one of these, and I think it's always an honor as a former alumni, former student, to be able to share I mean, my experience and also how do I see the program, because at some point I'm the result of the program itself. And for me, considering Corem, I think it has been a very enriching experience, because from that experience, I've been able to, experience what I've been learning coming from the curriculum we have for leadership, and also the life in the dorms, because at some point Corem, just like Mr. Guan mentioned earlier, it's a program where we are doing support, and this, I think for me, it means some kind of philosophy, because at some point we're trying to teach something, and usually with philosophy, it's not something that is happening one time at one period, one specific period in time. This is something that has to be built across time, and I think that's the message behind Corem itself. We're trying to teach something across time. And I think so far right now, we are able to see the result and to be able to see the lesson we can take from such experience. And to be honest, it's a very hard experience, because, considering the real leading, you have to you have to make sure that you're doing everything, because you have people who are depending on you. And at some point, you have to make sure you are keeping that engagement. And coming from my background, because I was at a boarding school where we were trying to, I think at some point they were trying to teach that value where you are trying to give back what you've been receiving. And I was very fortunate to be part of that school, and being part of HELP, as well as being a continuity of that experience, because at some point living in the dorm, I was able to collaborate with other students and being able to mentor each other. That was one way I was embracing that idea of giving back, and coming back from this, graduating, and then working for HELP now, and being able to be one of the benefactors for this program has been a very enriching experience for me personally. And I can say that I've learned a lot, and I guess the others as well have learned a lot from this. And I guess that's one of the best experience for me.
Oh, awesome. Thank you very much for sharing that, Peterson. And also thank you for your contribution. Diana, you on.
Hi, my name is Diana Walk. I'm from Cape Haitian, and in 2015, the Haitian Education and Leadership Program awarded me a full scholarship to pursue my undergraduate studies. And 4 years later, I have a bachelor's degree in computer science and a minor in business management. Currently, I work at Fondation Connaissance et Liberté, Focal, as a developer. The 4 years I spent at HELP strengthened in me the notion of hard work, discipline, collaboration, leadership, and most importantly, the notion of giving back to my community. Fortunately, at a very young age, as a scout and Magis, I knew about this notion, most importantly, the one of giving back to my community. So during this year at Hub, through the service project that are mandatory part of the leadership class that they offer us, I had the chance to volunteer in local organizations such as Sakala during 3 years as a IT tutor, and YMCA for 1 year as an English tutor. And at that time, I shared what I had, which was the skills acquired in the courses I attended at the university and at Hub. Speaking of English, the English class that Hub give us, and the IT class that both Hub and the university give us. So moreover, to let you know, it was a really wonderful experience, that experience that you know that you're doing something worthwhile and something that the other young people will be, these skills that they will gain will be very useful to them. And my experience with donating with Aquarium started like 2 years ago from now, but I knew about it long time ago, long time even before I knew about the help, even before I was granted the help scholarship. And as part of the help package, which covers tuition fees, the dorm access, and English, IT, and leadership classes, it also has an engagement of giving back to our community by contributing to the perenniation of the program and helping others by giving 15% of our monthly income during 9 years. This year with the amendment, it's like 10% during 7 to 8 years. And since I've been contributing, I can tell you that this engagement requires a lot of will and sacrifices. I can give you an example, the sacrifice of, I have cousins that doesn't have access to college now, and I could have helped them, but I decided to help someone I don't know, and probably I will know later. And this is, having a greater view, like a view not only for your family, but contributing for Haiti. And grateful to the impact the Asian Leadership Program is doing and has done in Haiti, and personally to my family and my career. I today can shout out that I am very proud to be a donator of that program. And yeah, so yeah, I'm very proud to contribute, and I will keep contributing. Thank you very much.
Awesome. It's only me having goosebumps hearing these stories, guys? Let me know in the chat. I was having goosebumps hearing your stories, and I can imagine how much sacrifices this requires from our program contributors, because we know all HELP students, they come from very humble, very modest family. So, and as Diana said, to just, taking this engagement to help someone that you never knew before, and recognizing that someone that didn't know you before help you to now be a professional, and now you take the engagement to do the same. And it requires sacrifice, as you said, which is one of our pillars that help. It's required rigor also to do it on a monthly basis. It's required courage. We can actually see all our 5 pillars at help in the Core program. And these 2, among many, are 2 examples or 2 samples of the difference that you can make by giving back. You have received, and now you have the possibility to give back. Thank you, very much, guys. It seems that Peterson would like to add something. So just unmute yourself and go ahead, Peterson. You're muted. And if you can try to increase the sound of your voice as well. It was a little bit low.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm trying to speak louder. Yeah, so I was just going back from what you just said, Daphne. I think it's a lifestyle because the life at the app itself, prepared you for such engagement at some point because living in the dorms, you get the classes from there where you learn about it or to, for instance, we have the budget in the sheets. This is all you're trying to train yourself on, on the way after you'll be able to accommodate to your own budget later. I think at some point it's a lifestyle, and that's why I said the whole package itself makes sense, and it does prepare you for that specific time for Korean. Yeah.
Awesome, guys. And your stories are very inspiring. So probably I will call you back later for some questions, but now I'm going to put you back as an attendee so that we can welcome our friends and partners from IDB, because COREM started with a partnership between HELP and IDB, the Inter-American Development Bank. I'm going to promote them as a panelist now so that they can make their special remark for the occasion. We will hear from Mr. Cesar Buenadicha. I hope I said it well. And we will also hear from Francisco Hoho. So I'm seeing Francisco now. I'm going to promote him as a panelist now. Hi, Francisco.
Do you see me well?
Yes. So is Cesar with us as well? I was not able to find his name in the chat.
Cesar is very sad of not being able to join. He had a personal matter that he had to attend, but he sends his congratulations. He's really excited about seeing HELP achieving this milestone. So
awesome. I'm pretty sure you will do a great job on behalf of the IDB. So the floor is yours. Please share with us why you guys started this program with HELP and how you feel as this program progressed so well along the last 5 years.
Yeah, thank you very much. First of all, thank you for opening this celebration to the Inter-American Development Bank and to Cesar and I in particular. We always felt very close to the project. I mean, I've been in the bank for 17 years, and this is one of the projects that I liked most. I mean, I remember the initial discussions with Connor, which I had to say, without Connor, this project would have not been possible. I mean, his leadership, his belief on the initiative was key in pursuing us and then helping us to move the project within all the approval in process that we had. At the moment, it was particularly difficult because we started conversations right before the earthquake, and when the earthquake hit Haiti, there were a lot of priorities for the Inter-American Development Bank. And as you may think, I mean, the first priorities were to put the country back to work, and health issues. I mean, a lot of short-term priorities, and this had at the beginning was seen as a more long-term necessity than a short-term. So we have Cesar and I, with the support of Connor, we were pushing for the project for almost a year until we were able to get the approval, and we knew that this project was going to be fundamental for the life of a lot of people, and especially also for Haiti development in the long term, because the help is creating a new group of leaders, and those leaders are the ones that will help to run the country, to shape the country, and we had to invest on that. Cesar and I were convinced that we had to invest in education, and we had to help in creating and expanding their model to be able to achieve that. And at the moment, Cesar and I, we were working in another higher education project, which were helping different institutions to create sustainable programs. But help was unique because of the kind of work that help was doing with communities and how they involved in helping and supporting all the participants and in all sort of ways. So we try to get with Connor, we work a lot in trying to get the best practices from different models and bring them all together to basically complement what HELP has been doing, with the idea of trying to make HELP bigger and more sustainable. And we knew that the contribution of the participants and the contribution of the students will be key in order to provide sustainability for the initiative, and also to create more strength on this community that is very valuable. So as IDB, I have to say that we are extremely happy of seeing the HELP achieving this milestone, which is an amazing milestone. And how to say that I personally always believe in the project. I knew that it was going to be a success, but it's very rewarding seeing it coming to reality. So I want to congratulate all of you that have been part of this, that starting for Connor, I have tons of good things to say about him. He's a true leader. He's a great person, and I admire him. And I'm happy I was very happy of seeing HELP achieving this milestone, and I'm very also happy of being part of it. I mean, I have all the memories of that moment, and seeing coming something from a seed to a nice flower plant is very beautiful. So congrats to all of you, and keep doing what you are doing. I mean, keep making this a success and helping other students.
Thank you, Francisco. Thank you for joining us today, and then also thank you for taking this leap of faith and something that was never done in Haiti before, and you guys decided to put the first dollars to experiment that, and now we can see the difference. I really like the thing you said about sustainability, because that's what it is about. Because if you want really to see change in Haiti, education is one of the key areas where massive investment is needed for a more sustainable transformation and maybe even a revolution in Haiti. So thank you so much for your help, and also for helping HELP, as you said it. Please pass our gratitude to the whole team. You probably know them better than I do, all the people who worked very hard at the beginning, and then all the executive. Please pass them our gratitude on behalf of HELP and all the current HELP students. Thank you very much.
I will, and again, I totally agree with your words. I think that education is key, and also how to say that your model is unique. I think I never seen is combining a lot of things, but especially the community that you created. That's fantastic, and that's the main heart of all these models. So keep growing it, and I'm sure that a lot of new milestones will come up. So anything that that we can help will be here alongside to try to support you. So
thank you very, very much. Really appreciate it. So please and continue to interest the rest of the program. I'm going to put you as a attendee now, but be aware that people may come back to ask you some questions, and as we move in along the program, mostly at the end of the program. But thank you for joining.
Thank you.
Awesome. So now we are going to transition to a video. Actually, this week program was a whole week of celebration, and we call it Korean Solidarity. So, and part of the program was a contest. We call it a Aquarium Contest, Aquarium Video Contest. And we asked the different classes that help or promotion for some of our Creole speakers in the chat. We asked each promotion or each class to prepare a message about Korean that was linked to one of the 5 pillars at help. Our 5 pillars are courage, rigor, respect, sacrifice, and service. So our students did a very great job in that, and we are pleased to present you the video winner. It's from the class of troisième année, third year. All the students in third year, they put together a very nice message. It's a little bit amateur because it was done by solely by help students, but the message is very, very important and very well put out. So please enjoy with me as I'm sharing my screen. I'm going to share my screen now. And please enjoy.
Famille, c'est me raconter une histoire. Ah, c'est l'histoire là mon communautaire qui m'a connu activité. C'est une histoire qui a couché en pile sacrifice. L'histoire qui là, elle est pour nous voyons tout est lié. Clic. Voilà, c'était un rêve qui t'a fonctionné. Merci là, t'es faux. Il te promet pour les porter en pile la vie dans le pays Haïti pour te les apprentis. Merci là, c'était Bayon là, et jeune accès à l'éducation. Puis des Bayon, c'est l'espoir. La famille a Haïti plus. Donc bonjour, pendant que tu es là, help t'a réfléchi. Il m'a vu dans les comptes, l'autre qui a posé là, que j'ai dit non, c'est loin dans le pays de l'eau. Je décidé, mon qui mange dans petit élève là, doit évager pour pousser une façon pour le plan plus active. Et comme ça, après discussion, pour jeune qui t'a bénéficié, décidé de contribuer dans l'aider d'être là, qui se va y la crise, j'ai accès à l'éducation grandie. Je te dois pas écrire pour nos souhaits, une façon pour dire, c'est très bien aussi. 15% si là, c'était yomé, travail, et il était de non côté, contribution régulière pour l'éducation bien payée. C'est bien parce que dans ça qui était capable, même si c'était pour eux. 15% si là, c'était vraiment souhaitable. Il était des magnets qui perdaient le travail pour lui. 15% demandé c'est les deux parfois pour bailler. Les jeunes pays haïtiens qui sont là, ils n'ont pas fait là. Malgré parfois, c'est pas un bien à dire. Mais chaque personne de ça qui a bien après, qui besoin de quitter là, ils continuent dans nos langues. Dans nos dignité, qui fait pas de canique, nos générations sans contribuer. Pour remettre des formes de dire sur ça, ils ont envie. Quand plus de temps pour arriver quelque côté, ils ont appelé, mais ils ont fait dans nos langues, ils n'ont pas de faire là. Je dis, il y a des gens qui sont censés finir à programme après quelques années qui étaient difficiles parfois. Je dis, pour répondre 10% pour y avoir pendant 7 ou bien 8 années. Je dis, si tu es la grandi et fini à participer dans 4 points pays Haïti. Pour ça, grâce à ce sacrifice, mon programme a help you. Je dis à tout, Si bien reste là, vient à fleurir et il vient 100 000 feuilles qui va continuer, puis bien continuer dans le aspect application la caille. C'est pendant que ça passe, le bon Dieu qui peut qui fait vivre comme là. Comme ça, nous pouvons changer. Comme si ici, pas de sacrifice, nous avons arrivé là.
All right, all right, all right. That was the video, the winning video, and it was all put together, the message, the filming, the photos, you know, producing the video was all made by students that are in their third year at Help, and they won the video, the Korean video contest, and we are very proud of what they've accomplished. Each time that I'm looking at the video, I'm very impressed. I'm also very emotional. It's so well done. So guys, troisième année, if you are listening in the chat, congratulations again. And we are going to be using this video many and many times. Thank you very much. So speaking about students, we have arrived at a very special moment in the program where for the first time, we are going to introduce the 2 Korean-sponsored students at Help. That's the first time that we are revealing the faces to the public, and you are going also to listen to them. So please be ready to listen to Alfred Dubon, who is the first Korean-sponsored scholar. Alfred, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Daphne. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Jomo Alfred, student in agriculture at Ischia University. I'm from Valia, a town in the north part of the country. Today, I'm very happy to speak a bit about the impact of poem in my life and how much I'm ready to contribute to perpetuate this initiative. In my opinion, Korean is a thing of solidarity and love. It is the easiest way to show how much we want to help others by furthering our help. It allows us to understand how much we all must work together to give more opportunities to grow this initiative. The contribution of being a Korean scholar will touch me for the rest of my life, because the person I will become depends largely on the contribution made by current graduates. The reason is simple. I was willing, I had academic capacity, but I didn't have possibility. But thanks to your donation today, I can see life another way. I want to achieve my objectives in life. I want to say to all Korean contributors that your donation you give to me gives up to my family, my friends, my community, why not the world? Believe in me, I take an engagement today to continue working hard to allow that your gift won't be overparent. Ensure that your sacrifices are not wasted. On behalf of my family, my friend, my country, why not the world, who are waiting impatiently my sickness, my success, please receive my gratitude text. Thank you so much, Korean.
Hello everyone, I am Moniz Mavis. I am studying computer sciences at UC. I am in second year. I am pleased to talk to you a little bit about my story with health, especially with Korean. My acceptance into the health program means a lot to me, so much that no one can imagine, but What marks me in my journey with health is the fact that I have former health students who are financing my studies through Aquarium. This makes me more understand and value more the sustainable approach use that help that we talk so much about in our leadership program, like we call it Grace Coaching with Coaching. It allows me to realize how far the health opportunities one spread can go and all that can be accomplished when one keeps an engagement. What I have received makes me feel better engaged and motivated. I now realize that it is not something that should be an option for me, but I rather realize that I must consider it as an obligation to give back to upcoming health students. An obligation that I take wholeheartedly because it is a good pleasure for me to receive an opportunity from the former health students and to multiply this opportunity to create many opportunities to others students. So before I go, I want to thank all the Koremis here for making this possible. So thank you so much.
All right, all right. So these were the two students, Wilnese Mayus and Alfred Dubon, who are now completely and solely supported by funds coming from the Help Alumni Contribution Model called COREM. So Koremis who are in the chat, so as a donor, you will now receive regular updates about your students that you are supporting to the program. And we can't wait to see all the good stories, all of the great accomplishments that Wilnese and Alfred will bear to the program. So now we are transitioning to another special to more special part of the program. So this part it's a surprise. So that's why I'm going to add two people as panelists again. It's Peterson and Rebecca. And for this part, I'm going to call one of our student ambassador had help who will handle this part for us. And it's Schmid Nevelus, who is a finishing student at Help in Agriculture. Schmid?
Thank you, Daphne, for the introduction. Celebrating the 100K of Korean is a nonsense without giving honors to the heroes behind, our dear alumni. Those who are proving commitment to the health mission through their contributions, despite our country's critical situation. Their monthly contributions are a perfect meaning of the health 5 pillars: respect, rigor, sacrifice, service, and courage. The health community, particularly current and future students, are thankful for the great role models that you are for the new 80 that we are all working for. To show our gratitude, we want to celebrate 2 awards. 2 alumni that completed all their program contributions, and that regularly without missing one. The first one is from Tabel, graduated in 2015 from AZ in Business Management, current health employee, She has been accepted in the program from the waiting list. She said at our last General Assembly, I was happy to contribute to Quorum, so another student from the waiting list can be offered a scholarship like I had. For this award, we want to thank you, Rebecca and Jacques Leblanc, for your commitment. And would you like to say a few words, Rebecca?
Thank you for this
Surprise,
award.
Rebecca.
Daphne. So I am very thankful, and I am always recognition for this recognition. I'm thankful, and it was very great to participate in this program, to be a key donator in this program, to keep the sustainability of this program. Thank you.
Okay, and we have the second one. The second one is from Cité Soleil, graduated in 2016. In computer science, also a current health employee, he believed that education is the path that leads to success and change, and wanted to share the education and opportunities that he has received to help others achieve goals. What he did through Quorum. When the Quorum coordinator told Peterson that he has completed all his Quorum requirements, he kindly replied, how can I continue making donations to help after Quorum? And through an award, we want to thank you, Peterson Jean, for your commitment. And Peterson, would you like to say a few words?
That seems that he's trying to join as a panelist. Peterson, if you can join as a panelist.
So we are waiting for Peterson.
Okay, well, we have a student to be close to Peterson office who will give him the award, and then as soon as he come back, we can give him 1 minute to say a few words. But thank you very much, Fee.
Okay.
Awesome. All right. So this was a surprise. They were not aware that we were giving them awards this morning. So I hope that they were pleasantly surprised with the award. But it's just a way to show you our gratitude, because Peterson and Rebecca never missed a month since they started their Aquarium contribution. So that's why they are the first two people who have graduated from health, who have been meeting the whole Aquarium requirement. And we hope that we can still continue to have them at help, and that they will inspire the other health students and other health graduates as well. So now we are able to take a few questions. From the attendee. Oh, Peterson is here. So just before we go and take questions, I will give Peterson 1 minute to say a few words as he received his award.
Yeah, I think it was a surprise because as I was joining as a webinar attendee, I think they just went into my office at the server room. Yeah, so I was going to say that I'm very honored to receive this, and I think I don't deserve to receive this because I know how it is and everyone who is contributing for this, and I think this is just.
Can you try to speak a little bit louder, Peterson?
Yeah, I will try to.
Also, what to see the word if you can too.
Yes, I just received it. Thank you.
Awesome.
Yeah, so I said this is like a beam of light to show that this is doable and how encouraging this can be for others. And I think that's the message behind all this, because Rebecca and I, we've been doing a lot of effort to make sure that we are getting through this. And I think this is not like the last contribution we'll be doing, because our work itself means a lot in terms of contribution, and even meeting with a student is a type of contribution. I think everyone is doing their own type of contribution to help. And I think it means a lot for me, and I'm very honored to receive this.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you very much, Peterson. And also thank you for all of your contribution. And also thank you for being a role model for help. So now it's already 1, and we said that this webinar was going to be 1 hour. So we only probably going to take 10 minutes for questions, but if anyone wants to leave earlier, please feel free to do so. But we also want to give our dear attendees a possibility to ask any questions that may have, or any reaction that they would like to do. If you would like to do so, you can put a question in the Q&A box, or you can raise your hand and I can allow you to speak, to share your reaction. Okay, Peterson, as you are already here as a panelist, we have this question for you. You said that the concept of health, including Korean, is a lifestyle. Can you please tell a little bit more about this concept?
Yeah, so it's a lifestyle because the life in the shade, the classrooms, the course at universities and everything, for some people, this might be a new type of experience they have to accommodate to. And I'm saying this because it's a very challenging process for a student to accommodate to all those different activities at the same time. And I guess at some point, this is learning them or teaching them ways they can manage their own time and schedule, or even challenges to overcome specific engagement or commitment. I think that's the message behind all this, is teaching people how to engage themselves and keeping their commitment. I think that's why I'm saying this is a lifestyle, because you have to make sure it's part of your own style of living at some point, to be able to make to come through this at some point. I guess that's why it has worked for Rebecca and I, and I guess it might work for everyone else.
That's right. And this also requires a lot of discipline too. And you just have to discipline yourself and live it, as you said, put it as part of your routine so that you can keep this engagement. So thank you for sharing that. So we have Connor, who would like to share a few words. So Connor, I'll just promote you as a panelist so that you can share maybe any question you have or any reaction that you have that you would like to share with us. Oh, you are muted, Connor.
There it is. Yeah, I think that's the phrase of 2020 and 2021, is that the global phrase of the year should be "You are muted." Anyway, so no, it's just been a real pleasure. Everybody's excitement is palpable. It's fantastic. So I want to thank everybody who participated and who put this together. I also I was sorry that I had the opportunity to hear Diana speak last week, and one of the things that she said last week, which she didn't say this week, which really struck me and I thought I'd share, is that she said that when she graduated from high school, really the only opportunity that was available to her was at the state nursing school. But she'd always been really strong and interested in math and physics and the pure mathematical sciences. And she really wanted to learn computer programming. And she said, nothing against nursing, but it really wasn't what I really wanted to do. And it was only through help that I was able to have this opportunity to do what I really wanted to do. And she said that every time she makes a Corem payment, she thinks about that, and she thinks about where she is today because of help, and how she would have had to go to nursing school if it hadn't been for help, which is, again, not the worst thing in the world, which we all recognize, but not the best thing in the world either. So I just wanted to share that with everybody. It really struck me. And again, thanks to everybody for participating and putting this together.
Awesome. Thank you, Connor. So we're seeing a lot of reactions in the chat, but we are not seeing anyone raising their hands for questions or reactions. So we assume that everything was clear and that you guys enjoyed this program. If you would like to know more about help or about the Korean program, please feel free to contact us. You can email us at admin@ul.net. I'm also just type the website in the chat if you would like to just know more about help, and also if you would like to support the program and you would like to do so, please go and check out our website and see more about the program and how you can support the program. So I just want to say thank you to all of our panelists today. You all did a very great job. Thank you for our 50 attenders. So that was the target we had, and we hit that today. So thank you very much, everyone, staff, partners, friends, Koremis, alumni who took the time to join this special program, and for supporting the whole week of Korean Solidarity this week. So we will be in touch by email about help and about Korean. And until we do that, I wish you a great afternoon and a great weekend. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye. Thank you.